As we await the president to come to the podium and give his remarks, which again we expect to be of a humorous nature, I'm joined now by my colleague Rachel Maddow, whose show joins us, I guess after the president finishes speaking. You get a good lead-in tonight for a change.
Yeah, well, I kind of like my existing lead-in too, but I'm not going to turn this one down.
Thank you very much. The last one, the White House Correspondents' Dinner, he really did live on the edge comedy-wise. There was some really almost dodgy material. I'm not saying he didn't pull it all off very well, but it certainly was. He certainly did set the bar very high for himself, did he not? I mean, we both dabble in humor here. This is a pretty big beginning. Where do you go from where he went last time?
I think that the president is actually pretty good at telling jokes. I think that John McCain is better, which was one of the true downsides of McCain having come in second in the presidential race, because I actually think he's better at telling jokes at these things than Obama is. But Obama is getting better at it, and he is sort of brave. He is willing to go out there on a limb, and often that's key to whether or not these things end up being memorable. So I sort of have high expectations. I think he generally has pretty good writers.
When I think about children, obviously I think about Michelle, and it reminds me that tomorrow is Mother's Day, he said at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in the audience, and everybody's buying along with this. It's like, oh, this is the sweet part of the program. Then he says, I do have to say, though, that this is a tough holiday for Rahm Emanuel because he's not used to saying the word day after mother. That's a big league joke right there. That's a big league risk for a president of the United States. I'm sure there are people who went, oh, I don't think we should be saying things like that.
Well, yeah, the implied F word from the president is sort of a big deal. I'm not even, that sort of thing sort of makes me blush. But, you know, I think that these things overall are so... Honestly, they're so self-congratulatory. I mean, it's the media and the political establishment coming together to convince one another how much we're all the same and we all love one another no matter what it is that we say during our day jobs. You know, I think they can be a little bit... what's the word I'm looking for? Insipid, maybe? So a little humor that actually punctures that veneer, that really is the overarching veneer of all of these events, I think is welcome.
Also, incestuous has been used in addition to insipid. That's been used over the years. And I wonder the dynamic of this. It is that particular point is raised every one of these events. And every president and every succession of presidents and every time there's a first one and who's the humorist and who's this. This is always raised, this point. Why? I mean, that's all we're talking about now. And now we'll get to hear the president. He has just been introduced, and we will take you now live to the Walter E. Washington Convention Center. And here is the president of the United States.